What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? We are back. We are back for Diamond Leagues, Diamond Leagues, Diamond Leagues, Diamond Leagues. We had the Lausanne Diamond League yesterday, which was Thursday. This is going to air on Sunday on MSNBC, which is, I think, 3:55 for DirecTV. But check your cable if you ain't watching it. If you haven't already watched it, you can watch it on Peacock as well if you have that. But we're going to do a preview, or not a preview, a review of that, which is coverage review. And we're going to then preview Silesia Diamond League, which comes out Sunday. Well, they actually do that live on Sunday after the showing of this. So you'll be able to see that on Peacock as well. That's got some stacked lineups. I do want to get into that as well, but we're going to start off with Lausanne. But before I do that, if you are new here, please subscribe. I'm going to be here all season. Carry it on into the next and the next and the next. But we're going to wrap up the Diamond Leagues this season. And yeah, thumbs up the video, drop a comment down below. That helps with the interactions. That helps bring more and more people to me. As the last preview I did good. It's got 3,000 views on it, so that's great. Let's keep it going like that. But enough of me rambling. Let's go. The first race that I want to talk about is the men's 400 meters. The men's 400 meters, we expected somebody to drop out. That list was looking too good to be true. And of course, the Olympic champion has dropped out. Quincy Hall is not in the lineup as they did line up. So that's one big name out. We wanted to see him and Matthew Hudson-Smith match up and line up again. We didn't get to see it. We might see it in the Diamond League final. So we'll see going forward. But here we do have a pretty good lineup. I forgot to mention Samba-Mayela in the preview, but he was a name in here as well that you needed to watch besides Matthew Hudson-Smith and Vernon Norwood. This one was kind of not even close. Really, it was Matthew Hudson-Smith and Samba-Mayela, which are the two Olympic medalists outside of Quincy Hall. They were top 2, 1 and 2. Matthew Hudson-Smith, another sub-44 performance, 43.96 to win. Samba-Mayela, 44.06. Vernon fell to 6th coming home. He was leading really well. I won't say he was leading, but he was definitely right there with Matthew Hudson-Smith going into 300. But coming off the turn, coming home, he started to fade. He faded to 6th, 44.55. It's a lot of running in them legs. He got a lot of running in his legs. He ran 4 times. He ran two heats in the 4x4, one for the men, one for the mixed. And finals for those as well. Broke a world record in one. I think they broke the American record for the men. And he set some pretty crazy splits, 43 splits. So I'm not shocked that he didn't have his legs. He didn't have anything in his legs. So that's what it was. No shock there. We'll move to the women's 100-meter hurdles. Stacked lineup. You got all the likes of a lot of the women that were there and that were in the mix. Like you had Danielle Williams and Ditaji Kambundji. They got knocked out in the semifinals in the Olympics. And the rest of the women were in the finals, which was Jasmine, Camacho, Quinn. You had Cyrena, Samba-Mayela. Those were the 2 medalists. And then you got Alaysha Johnson. You got Nadine Visser. And you got Grace Stark and Ackera Nugent. All of them women were in the finals. So this is kind of like an Olympic final low-key. So I wanted Lay to win. She hit the first hurdle, which kind of stunted her momentum, but she did finish the race in 6th. Jasmine, just being Jasmine. Jasmine is the most consistent. I will say she is the most consistent 100-meter hurdler in the game right now because she always finds a way to get a win. Like, she might not get a win all the time at championships, but she always has a medal. Like, at the end of the championship, she going to have a medal. It don't matter what color it is. She got it. But she don't like losing. That's the thing about Jasmine. You could tell if she can't stand losing. She cannot stand it. So she's going to always find a way to win. And probably going into hurdle 6, it was her, Nadine Visser, Ackera Nugent, and Grace Stark. It was all of them on that side. That side was where the race was. She kind of hit a spurt after hurdle 6 where she started to pull away from the rest. Grace and Ackera, they started following behind her. Jasmine put up a time 12:35 to equal her season's best. Grace Stark 12:38, which is crazy for her because she literally has ran indoor and outdoor collegiate seasons and turned pro and is now running a pro season, and she's not showing any type of, like, she's running 12.3. She has not run 12.3. She first ran 12.3 at the trials to get on the Olympic team. So for her to be turning around these 12.3s this late into her season is crazy. Ackera Nugent, I know that felt good for her to bounce back because she didn't get to have that type of performance in the finals. She hit a couple hurdles. Nadine Visser, 12.49. She's pretty much doing what she did at the finals. Danielle Williams, 12.53. Lele, 12.59. Samba-Mayela fell to 12.69. I don't know, she might have, her legs might feel a little heavy because she didn't hit any hurdles, but she fell to 7th, and Kambundji was 8th, 12.75. So that's going to look good going into Silesia. We're going to talk about that heat sheet, the entries, because there's a lot more names that's going to make that even more hot. So we'll get to that in a minute. But I also want to move to the women's 100 meters. This had, who was in it? Tia Clayton, Marie-Jose Talu, Tamari Davis, Dina Asher-Smith, Daryl Nita, and Munjinga Kambundji. I was about to say Ditaji, but the older sister, the veteran. So this one, like I said, I was looking for Talu. I was looking for Daryl Nita. I was looking for Tamari Davis and Dina Asher-Smith. Those were the ones that I was looking for. And when I say looking for, those are the ones that I thought would pull away and possibly win. Tia Clayton as well. Dina Asher-Smith, she got out, and she got out so strong. You could tell she went back home, tweaked a couple things, and said, I'm about to come out here and I'm about to do what I need to do. She did what she should have and probably wanted to do at the games. Her form just looked a little bit more sharp and more crisp than it had a couple weeks ago. And I don't know if it's anything to do with possibly being tired or anything, like she wasn't ready. I feel like she was ready at the games. I just feel like she was just coming with a different type of hunger. Like, you could tell she wanted this. That was the season's best for her. That's the best she's ever run this year. 10.88 to win that. Tamari Davis was the only other person to go under 11 seconds. 10.97 to nab second. Kambundji was third, 11.06. Talu was fourth, 11.07. And Tia Clayton was fifth, 11.10. So Dina Asher-Smith looking good. I know she feels good about that. That's going to be good for her going out throughout the rest of the season. Next, we move to another stacked field, the men's 110 hurdles. We got the podiums. We got the Olympic champion, Grant Holloway, Daniel Roberts, my dog, silver medalist, Rasheed Broadbell, bronze medalist, and then you got the previous world champion, or the previous Olympic champion, Hansle Parchment. He's in here. You got Simonelli's in here. You got everybody that is everybody in this event here. So this was good. I was wanting Daniel to win, as always, but he got out, and he got out strong. He got out right with Grant. And if you look at it from the slow-mo that they showed, he was a little bit more out than Grant was. But those two were the two over probably the first 4 hurdles. Then Daniel started hitting a couple hurdles. The other side, which is where Broadbell is, they're starting to get with Grant. Grant's starting to pull away at this point, but everybody's starting to kind of get with him. You can see Parchment coming on this side as well. Off of hurdle 10. Same thing that typically can happen. It doesn't always happen because probably 80, 90% of the time, Grant ends up finding a way to finish the race. But if he ends up giving something back, Broadbell's coming. And guess what? Broadbell came and beat him again. He always beats him on the circuit. Like, he always finds a way to get a win in on him during the season. And he did. He beat Grant Holloway 13-10. That's the bronze medalist beating the Olympic champion. Grant Holloway was second, 13-14. Parchment was third, 13-23, which is good for him. Daniel Roberts, fourth, 13-26. So I'm looking forward to them lining up again. They're going to be, I think a lot of them are going to be out there in Silesia, so that's going to be good as well. And we're going to move to the 400-meter hurdles. Femke Bol, we already knew she was coming for blood. Shamir Little, I was thinking Shamir was going to challenge, but Shamir probably got, her legs is probably heavy. Because she probably went back home, then flew back out after running all them rounds as well. Like, same thing with Vernon. She was setting some crazy splits as well. So I'm not disappointed in this because I feel like she's definitely going to bounce back. But she's probably tired, the travel, all that in your legs. It makes sense. But Femke Bol, she was coming with a mission, 52-25 to set another meet record. A good bounce back for her. I know she was happy about that because of how she performed in that final. But Rochelle Clayton, she been taking the race out. Like the way she comes out the last couple meets that she's been at, she's booming the whole race. Like she's shooting out. And I don't know if that's a strategy to see how she can hold up coming home, but she's been doing it. She's taking the race out probably the first 300 meters. She caught up. She was on Femke's shoulder coming into the probably fourth or fifth hurdle, maybe even earlier than that, maybe the third hurdle. Coming around the turn, she was getting up on her shoulder, and she was leading the race, probably coming into hurdle number 8. That's when Femke Bol and her kind of met up, and Femke finished like she always does. But good for her as well. 53:33 or 53:32 is Rochelle Clayton's time. That would have been a very considered a very fast time back in the day, probably 4 or 5 years ago. But since Sydney has brought that race down, this event even more down, as well as Femke Bol, it looks like a slouch time, but it's not. It's not. But good race for those two girls. And lastly, I want to talk about the 200 meters. The 200 meters, I really wanted to see how Fred was going to look because, like I said, I wanted to see how he was looking because he only ran 1 200 this year. He didn't go under 20 seconds, so I was excited to see how he looked. Also, just excited to see Tobago. I knew it was going to be a victory lap for him. He said that he literally has not trained since the Olympics. He left the Olympics, had all of the celebrations, which I love for him. Like, you see how Botswana welcomed him back home. And I'm pretty sure he's just been taking it all in. Like, he really hasn't really gotten a chance to really, like, sit down because this is big for him and this is big for his country. So, happy for him. I didn't expect him to lose, though. Even though he hasn't trained since the Olympics, I didn't expect him to lose. Like, he's got it in him, and that's what he did. He went out there and won 1964. That's crazy because we know once he gets back to training, gets back in a rhythm, gets back in a pattern, and gets focused back, that's going to go even lower. 12:46 is his PR right now, and I can see him going lower than that. Aaron Knighton, nice little finish for him, 1978, because I don't think I don't even know if he went under 20 seconds at the games. So that's a good showing for him as well. Fred Curley, 1986, season's best for him. He's trying. I watched his post-race interview. He wants to set a new PR in the 200, so I'm pretty sure we're going to see him running it again this season to wrap it up. But good race, good meet. Nothing too spectacular, which I feel like is going to come from this one we're about to talk about right now. So let's go ahead and get into this preview for Silesia. Silesia Diamond League. First event, the 100-meter hurdles. We've got them in heats. They're going to do heats because they have a lot of entries, which we're going to dwindle that down through those heats. We're going to get our final. Here are some of the names here. I'm not going to say every name because there's a lot of them, but I'm going to say the names that are of notoriety and names that you're going to be watching because some of these girls aren't going to be in the finals. But these are some big, this event is stacked. When I tell you every time they line up, they line up. We got Jasmine, Camacho, Quinn, big hitter. Keni Harrison, big hitter who is probably coming with a vengeance because she has really never missed too many teams. She missed the Olympic team in 2016, but since then she's made teams. So her missing this Olympic team, I don't want to say Keni has not been the Keni that we've seen and known, but she hasn't in a way. Like, she hasn't been running super fast. Like, she ran fast as hell in the finals and in the prelims and even in the semifinals. Her trials were her best showing this season. Everything else has been like 12.6s. So that's not normal for Keni, especially this late in the season. But she didn't run that much this season either. We got Lele, beast. We got Tonea Marshall, beast. She was looking like the girl this season because she was setting world leads leading up to trials. She was like the number one woman essentially in the world, but really the number one woman for the U.S. Like, she was the only one that was not getting beat. But Tonea Marshall, she missed out on the team. She was one of the three that ran 12.3 and did not make the team. Ackera Nugent, she looked good in the race that we just watched yesterday. I'm not counting her out. Masai Russell, the Olympic champion. What is there to say there besides that? Come on. Cyrena, Samba-Mayela, silver medalist at the Olympic Games. She didn't perform as hot yesterday. Same thing with Lay. She gonna be coming hot too. Cindy Simber, Pia Shashaska, Grace Stark. We just saw how she ran yesterday. Unique Thompson, Nadine Visser. We just saw how she ran yesterday. Danielle Williams. That's a lot of women that could very well be in the finals. And they're going to be split up into 2 heats to make the finals. And that's going to be like maybe 8 or 9 lanes. So there's a lot of women that won't make it. The ones I'm going to predict to make the finals, Jasmine, Keni, Lay, Tonea, Ackera, Masai, Cyrena, Grace. That's my 8. I have Danielle off of it. Ooh, and Nadine Visser. Ooh. Because the way Visser been running, as long as she don't hit a hurdle, she probably going to be in there. It's hard. Y'all tell me what y'all think is going to happen. Like, come on. You can't really predict this. You can't really predict it. When you have this many women lining up and they're being broken into heats to make the finals, you can choose names and have reasons to back it. Every single name I just said, their stats back it. Like, they are dogs. And even the 2 that I didn't mention, they could also sneak in there. It's crazy. It's crazy how stacked this event is. And I hate too how the hurdlers, women and men, are not being included in sprint. Season 2 is coming out in November, which I will be recapping and like doing an overview for. But it's all just the sprinters, like the 100 meters, men and women. I think that's all it was. Yeah, it's really all them that was named. I don't know if that's all that's going to be there, but that's all that was named in the announcement for season 2. But we'll see. Next season, they need to get hurdlers. Like, all them women I just named, follow them, especially Lay. Her story needs to be told because it looks glamorous to everybody that everybody has it easy. All you got to do is train. Show Lay's story. Show her story where she's having to get it out the mud. How hard it is to line up every single time and be just strictly focused on the race when you're thinking, okay, this could be the race that could get me a contract. Or this could be a race that I'm just out here running for no reason because for some reason they just don't want to give me a contract, even though I'm one of the top hurdlers in the world. Show that story. Grant Holloway, I feel like where Noah Lyles is in terms of like the attention, Grant Holloway should have it. He should have that attention. The type of records he's broken, the consistency with him within the event, the closeness to a world record that he's been at for the outdoors. He's got it indoors, but outdoors, come on, that needs to be followed. Daniel Roberts coming back from injuries. Him and Grant's rivalry. And then you got Hansle, Parchment, and Rasheed Broadbell in Jamaica as well. That needs to be followed. Why are these hurdlers? Jasmine, Camacho, Quinn, Masai Russell just winning, coming off of probably, if she will probably even say this too, her shittiest season. Like, she has not performed until trials. Trials was when she like snapped and started winning. Masai didn't win any race outdoors until trials, and then she's carried it on to a fucking gold medal. I don't think anybody had Masai on their podium going into the games, not because she couldn't do it, just because she didn't show so far this season that she was possibly going to do that, because she wasn't winning races and she wasn't running as fast as we know she can. And then she turned it on. It would have been nice to see that. It would have been nice to see what switch happened and how she actually made that happen. Like, there's so many things that I feel need to be covered within the sport or within sprint that could really, it would be good because they're just showing like the people that have it all right now. Show the people that are actually really getting it out the mud too. But I just went on a tangent, but we're going to move on to the next event, which is the 400-meter hurdles for the women. It's a lot of the same names that we saw. Femke Bol is going to be there. Rochelle Clayton is going to be there. Anna Cockrow is going to be there. It's going to be good to see her run after she just got her silver medal. Anjanette Knight, Shamir Little, it's going to be good to see her bounce back. Dalila Muhammad, I'm happy to see her name here because we know it was her last Olympics season for her. She's not going to run the next Olympics. We don't know when her season's going to end, whenever she's going to retire, but we know what's coming, but we just don't know when, so I'm excited to see her run here. Geneve Russell as well, Cheyenne Salmon, pretty strong lineup here. Next, we're going to move into the 400 for the women. also hella stacked. Stacked. This is the damn final. Every woman in this heat, everybody set the line up. Sub 50 performers. Rashida Adeleke, finalist. Alexis Holmes, finalist. Henriette Jager, finalist. Natalia Kashmir, finalist. Lika Klaver, she didn't get in the finals, but she always typically is in the finals. Sawaid Nasser, silver medalist. Lavia Nielsen, she didn't get in the finals, but she typically can. Paulino, what are we talking about? Olympic champion, world champion. Sade Williams, come on. This is gonna be good. I'm telling you. That's why I'm getting more energy from this than yesterday, because yesterday was kind of subdued and it happened on a Thursday. And I'm talking about it today. My energy is usually more there directly after, which is why I like to try and get the videos out as soon as it happens. But yeah, this is gonna be good. I'm looking forward to this to see who's gonna win this, how everybody performs. What else do we want to talk about? The 200 for the men. We got Kenny Bednarik is back, finalist, silver medalist 2 times at the games. Joseph Fambile, he was in the finals. Kyrie King, very excited to see Kyrie run. I was so upset that he did not get a medal at the games, because that 4x1, the one that they ran in the heats, could have gotten him a medal. So I'm excited to see him run this. Hopefully he performs well. Arian Knighton is back again, running good. Sean Maswangane, he's coming. Alexander Oganda, who was in the race as well. He was in the finals. And our Olympic champion, Leslie Tobago. Come on. That's looking like the favorite. Let's be for real. Who do y'all think is going to... I ain't going to tell y'all who... That one's too easy to predict. I was going to say, who do you think is going to win that one? But that one's easy to predict. But it's going to be good, because Keni could end up winning that too, though. The women's 100. The women's 100 is kind of similar to the last race. We got Dina Asher-Smith. She looking like she possibly can do it again. Tia Clayton, Tamari Davis, Natasha Morrison, Daryl Nita, Iwa Swoboda. I'm excited to see her. Talu, Vanderwecken. So they're all kind of similar. We got a little bit of a and Bass Pate. So yeah, they got some names in there. Adding Iwa Swoboda in there, Natasha Morrison, that's going to be good too. So I'm excited. Silesia is looking like it's going to be good. So that is the preview. Y'all let me know what y'all think down below. We got how many more Diamond Leagues after this one? We got 3 more Diamond Leagues. And then I'm going to cover the Athlos event that's going to happen later in September. But that'll wrap up the season for me with track coverage. But I'll be back next season indoors. But yeah, if you got this far and have not already, subscribe. If you got this far and have not already, please like the video. If you've gotten this far and have not already, drop a comment down below on what your thoughts are on what I said. And I'll see y'all on Sunday. Peace.